Hey guys, this is Gerald from Audio Session, and today we're going to be taking a look at headphone stands. So, what's the big deal about headphone stands? What, do I even need one? Well, it's a really popular question on a lot of headphone forums, and the few people that decide they do need one wonder which ones should they get, because there are hundreds and hundreds of headphone stands out on the market today from different materials as well as having different form factors. Well, I can't go over every single one. I can go over 3 that I do have on me right now, which includes the Astro gaming headphone stand, which comes bundled with their A50 gaming headset, the Audiotechnica HPH300, which clips onto the side of your desk, as well as the luxurious walnut finished Codia headphone stand. There's a lot of products to talk about today, so let's not waste any more time and let's jump into it. So I think there are a lot of pros and cons as to whether or not you need a headphone stand. And I'll first go with the pros. And the first one being is that by having your headphone stand when not in use, you significantly reduce the chance of you accidentally yanking on the cable and damaging it, getting food on it. Examples go on and on. It's just a safer way to keep your headphones. The second one is by keeping on your headphone stand, you significantly reduce the chances of airborne particles getting into your headphones and on your ear pads. And this is particularly important for open back, although for closed back headphones such as the Astro Headphone, it's also important because dust gets on the ear pads. By having your headphone on your headphone stand, you reduce the amount of dust that gets on your ear pads as well as on the back of the ear cup for open back headphones. And this is particularly important because dust will impede on the sound quality of your headphones. It's very simple. This will allow your headphones to last a little bit longer and you might not have to clean it years down the line. So now I'm going to be talking about the individual headphone stands themselves. And the first one is the Astro Gaming headphone stand. And while you can't get this at retailers, you can get very similar headphone stands made out of aluminum, wood, that look nicer, are a lot better quality. But basically, they all have one place of support for the headphones. And I like this type of headphone stand a lot for a lot of different reasons. One being is that by having the headphones on one place, it's a lot easier to hang the headphones. You simply just toss it on. You don't need to nudge it around and fiddle with it. You just put it on. And the ear cups themselves aren't being pressed by anything. As you can see, they're just freely hanging, so the ear pads, even years down the line, will not be depressed by keeping it on the headphone stand. There is one con, however, and I think by having a very heavy headphone, such as the Astro A50, the padded headband will eventually be depressed. So just keep that in mind. If you own a headphone that is probably more than 300-400 grams, I would not suggest using this type of headphone stand with one place for support. However, I still highly recommend this type of headphone stand for those of you that own very light headphones, such as me with the Sennheiser HD600s, which just sit right here. And because they weigh like 200 grams, the headband will hardly be depressed. The next headphone stand I'm going to review is the Audiotechnica hanger-styled HPH300 headphone stand. I really like this. It's mostly plastic, but a solid plastic, with padded pleather over here. This is really nice. This will help with the support of your headband. And I think the same pros or the same cons apply with the one support headphone stand that I reviewed just a little bit earlier, because there's only one place of support for the headphone themselves. But I think there are a lot more cons. First of all, this is a very small footprint. You see the size of that? That is a very small footprint, and you can just keep that on the side of your desk, really out of the way. Really, you can keep your headphones hidden. Second is that by keeping your headphone stand all the way out to the side, I found that it's extremely useful with headphones that have long cables to simply route your cable through here. And you can adjust the length to where your headphone cable goes directly to your head and doesn't have to lie on the ground or like be wrapped around. You can just simply route your cable through this headphone stand. And this feature, I did not expect it when I bought this. It's extremely useful. So while I don't recommend it for heavy headphones, again, for the same reasons as a one support headphone stand, I do think this is a very good headphone stand for those of you who want a small footprint, have very long cables on your headphone. This will be the final product I'll be covering in my review of headphone stands, which is the Codia Acoustic Design Walnut Finish headphone stand. That is a mouthful. This is a very luxurious product at $140. This is a very specialty product in my opinion. And there are a few pros. One being is that it looks really great. I think this headphone stand just looks fantastic, and having it on your desk simply adds that touch of, that luxurious touch to your desk. Another pro is that on the very back is a metal knob that you can wrap your cable around when the headphone's not in use. Although I found in regular use of using my headphones that it's not very practical. So this is for if you're not going to use your headphones for a long period of time, or if after every session of using your computer or using your headphones you wrap the cable around. That's kind of tedious. However, there are a lot of cons with this headphone stand. One being is it's $140. That's a lot of money. That's a lot more money than a lot of people would be willing to spend on headphones in the first place. So this is really for people that want to spend money on a headphone stand because they've already got very expensive headphone gear. So if you have a $2,000 headphone, why not spend another $140 on a very nice headphone stand that's rigid? And I think the biggest con for this headphone stand is its rigidity. Like I showed earlier with the HD600s, you can see there are very few contact points for this headphone. Because the ear cups have very limited swivel capacity, as well as having a very rigid but cushioned headband, the headphones at these points will eventually be depressed and they will need to be replaced a lot sooner than the rest of the headphone. However, if you have a headphone with swiveling ear cups as well as a rigid headband, such as my Hi-Fi Man AG400s, you can simply put on the headphone stand and not have to worry about any of that, because this leather headband is not going to be pressed down anytime soon, and the ear cups themselves are pressed evenly against the side of the headphone stand. So again, this headphone stand, I don't recommend it for everybody. It really depends on your style of headphone as well as how much you're willing to spend. So if you're just looking for a regular headphone stand to be used with your headphones, I do not recommend the Codia Acoustic Design headphone stand. However, if you are in the market for something very luxurious, something very rigid, something that will last you probably many decades, then take a look at the Codia Acoustic Design. So there we have it. I've reviewed all the headphone stands I currently have on me. So which one do I recommend? Well, definitely the one support type of headphone stand right here, the Astro, as well as the Audiotechnica, I highly recommend. For those of you who want to protect their headphones and just to keep them out of the way and add something nice to your desk, I think that's a really good way to go. As for the rigid wooden type of headphone stands such as the Codia, I don't highly recommend. Although if you do have the money and do want something that's very luxurious like the Codia headphone stand, then go ahead. I think it is a very nice headphone stand as long as you know that not every headphone works well with this type of headphone stand. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on headphone stands. Stay tuned and be subscribed if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you soon.